Welcome, it's Nicole from Healthy NYC. Today we're going to be practicing an energizing yoga flow to help us reset and revitalize for the new year. I'm not using any props in this practice today, but it's always a good idea to have some blocks and a strap close by. So let's start in a seated position, and we're just going to take some body circles to warm up the spine. You can move in any direction. There's no right or wrong here. Just opening up the body, warming up the spine. You can close your eyes just so we can settle into the practice. Go ahead and circle to the other side. You can make the motion as big or as small as is comfortable for your body. And let's take one more. And then come back to center and gently open your eyes. Go ahead and lift your arms up to the sky. Let's take a big inhale. And then exhale, plant your right hand. And let's take a nice side body stretch on the left side. Pressing both hip bones down on the mat. Come back to center, other side, right arm up. Nice stretch for the right side body. And coming back to center, we're going to move into tabletop pose. And I'm going to stay to face you so you can see me. So tabletop pose, we're going to want our wrists under our shoulders, our knees underneath our hips, our elbows straight, fingers spreading nice and wide, tucking in that lower belly, and we're going to take some fire hydrants here. So you're going to inhale, bring your right leg up as high as you can. Exhale, bring it down. We're going to take a few more. Inhale up. Exhale down, trying to keep that left elbow from bending. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more like this. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's take one more to hold. Hold here. You're going to straighten out that right leg. Again, try not to bend that left elbow. Take one more breath and gently place that foot down on the mat. Walk your hands back in. Put your hands on your waist, and we're going to take gate pose here. So right hand down your right leg and lift that left arm up and over. Just going deeper into our side body. Take one more breath here. We're going to come back down, left hand down on the mat. Your right arm is up to the sky. We're right now in a supported side plank. You can either stay here, or if you'd like to go further, you can lift that right leg off the ground. Really stretching into that leg. Trying to get it as high as your knee. You can either look up or look straight forward. Take one more breath. Let's gently come back down and move back into tabletop pose. So we're going to take fire hydrants on the left side. So firm up your belly, nice flat back. Inhale, lift the left leg up as high as you can. Exhale down. Inhale to lift. Exhale, place your leg down. Inhale to lift. Exhale down, one more just like this. Inhale, lift. Exhale down. We're going to inhale to hold. Go ahead and straighten out that left leg. Take one more breath here. Right elbow is straight. Place that foot gently down on the mat. All four corners of the feet are down. Go ahead and lift on up, hands on your waist. And we're going to take a right body side stretch. Really reaching over, feeling that nice stretch in the side body, moving down towards your hip. Take one more breath here. We're coming out. We're going to place our right hand down on the mat, left arm up to the sky. We're in supported side plank here. You can stay here, or if you'd like an additional challenge, go ahead and lift up that left leg. Take one more breath here. Let's come back to tabletop, and I'm gonna face the top of my mat. We're gonna take cat and cow, just 2 rounds here. So tabletop pose again, fingers spread nice and wide, hugging in that lower belly. Inhale, lift the gaze, curl tailbone up. Exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. Let's take one more here. Inhale. And exhale to contract. Coming back to neutral spine, walk your hands a little bit further. We're going to move into our first downward dog. So curl the toes, press on back. Tailbone is up to the sky. You're hugging that lower belly in. Hands and feet are at hip width distance. Your elbows are straight. Your head is heavy. Take a few breaths here, paddling out the feet. Really getting a nice stretch in our arms, our shoulders. Take one more breath here. And we're going to step to the top of the mat and take a ragdoll fold. So you can place your feet at hip distance or a little bit wider. Go ahead and bend your knees. You can either grab onto opposite elbows, sway a bit side to side, or you can have your hands down towards the mat, whatever is more comfortable for your body today. Just take a few minutes here to really free up the neck. Take one more breath and bend your knees, and let's slowly roll all the way up to stand, inch by inch into mountain pose. Let's take a pause here. Your tailbone is down, shoulders are back, palms are facing forward, all 4 corners of both feet are on the mat. Nice strong pose. Let's take an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And hands to heart center. We're going to take 3 half sun salutations just to warm up the body. So go ahead and place your big toes together. Heels are about 1 inch apart. Inhale, lift the arms up, look up if you can. Exhale, folding forward. Bend your knees. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Let's press into our feet and come all the way up to stand. Hands up to the sky and bring your hands back to heart center. Let's take 2 more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward, swan dive. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Go ahead and roll all the way up to stand, bringing your arms up. Look up, hands to heart center. Let's take 1 more, arms up. Inhale, exhale, folding forward. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold a little deeper. Bend the knees. Let's come all the way up to stand. Hands over your head, palms together, looking up. And bring your hands to heart center. Let's take our first full flow. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Halfway lift, flat back, plant the hands, step both feet back. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. You can take cobra or up dog. And exhale to downward dog. Go ahead and continue to paddle out your feet. Move around a bit, whatever feels good and intuitive in your body. Fingers are spreading nice and wide or pressing into the knuckles to take some of the pressure out of our wrists. Take one more breath. Right leg rises up. Go ahead and bend that knee, open up your hip nice and wide, pressing both shoulders down. Straighten out that leg. And let's carefully move forward into our low lunge. So your back knee is down. Your ankle and knee are aligned on the right side. Lifting your arms up to the sky. Hips are pressing forward and down. Getting a nice stretch in your left hip flexor. Hugging that lower belly. Take one more breath here. Circle the arms, fingers come down to the mat, and let's straighten out that right leg for our half splits. You can feel free to bend your knee here if your hamstrings are tight. Both hip bones are facing forward, toes up to the sky, and you can relax your upper body here. Bending that knee as much as you need to. Let's take one more breath here. If you'd like to go a little bit deeper, your toes are going to need to be curled under on the left side, and you're just going to sit back on that heel and just fold forward. Getting a little bit of a deeper stretch here in that right hamstring. Take one more breath. Let's crawl the fingers forward. We're going to move into our low lunge with a twist. So inhale that right arm up and back. And if you can, if it's available, you can go ahead and grab onto that left foot and twist. Now, if this is not available, you can stay in your twist or you can use a strap. Take one more breath here. Gently let that left foot go. Let's place both hands down on the mat and take our flow. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Back bend of choice. Exhale, downward dog. Take a cleansing breath here. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Left leg rises. Go ahead and bend that knee, open up your hip nice and wide. Both shoulders are pressing down, so nothing is changing in the upper body. Straighten out that left leg, and let's carefully step forward into our low lunge. Your right knee is down. Your ankle and knee are aligned on the left side, and you're reaching your arms up to the sky. Looking wherever is comfortable for your neck and wherever helps you hold your balance. Hugging that lower belly in and trying not to crease too much in the lower back. Take one more breath here. Let's circle the arms, fingers down to the mat, and straighten out that left leg for our half splits. Toes are facing up to the sky. Again, always feel free to bend your knee. If your hamstrings are tight, both hip bones are facing forward. If you'd like to go deeper, curl your right toes under and just sit back on that right heel. Let's take a little bit of a forward fold here. Again, just getting a little bit of a deeper stretch in that left hamstring. Take one more breath here. Let's crawl the fingers forward. We're going to come into our low lunge with a twist. So your right hand is down. You're inhaling that left arm up and back. Again, feel free to stay here or here if the reach isn't available, or you can always grab onto your strap to help pull that back foot in. Your hips are still pressing forward and down. Take one more breath in the pose. Gently let that foot go. Place both hands down on the mat and let's take our flow. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Take your back bend. And let's meet in downward dog. 3 breaths here. Really stretching out your arms, fingers nice and wide, hugging that lower belly in and up, tailbone up to the sky. Reach your right leg up, keep it straight and square. We're stepping it through to our high lunge. So your back toes on the left side are curled under. You have a nice bend in your front knee, and use your core to come all the way up to stand. Your torso is aligned with your hips. Generous bend in the front knee. Take a few breaths here, really feeling that energy go from your feet all the way through your fingertips. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to stand up and bring that left knee in with us. Once you have your balance, we're going to move into eagle pose. So go ahead and cross that left leg over the right. You can wrap your toes behind if that's available. Your left arm is under the right arm. You're bending down. Focus on something that's not moving to hold your balance. Really pressing those forearms together. Take a breath in the pose. Place your hands on your hips and let's step back into pyramid pose. So your left foot is going to be at about a 45-degree angle. Both hip bones are facing forward. You're going to inhale, look up, and exhale, bending from the waist. Your fingers can either come down to the mat or rest on your blocks. Really try to keep scooping that left hip forward. It's going to want to open up. Pressing into all 4 corners of that back foot. Relax into the stretch. Feel free to bend your knees as much as you need to. Take one more breath in the pose and use your core to come all the way back up. We're going to spin towards the left side of our mat. Both feet parallel to the short sides. We're going to take a wide-legged forward fold. So hands on your waist. Inhale to look up. And exhale, hinging from the waist. You can either place your hands down on the mat or on your blocks. Feel free to adjust your stance here. Making sure that your shoulders are away from your ears. You can go ahead and move from side to side. Just really enjoying this beautiful stretch. Take one more breath in the pose. Let's crawl our fingers forward to a flat back. Pivot towards the front side of your mat. We're going to take our easy twist. So left hand is down. Your right arm goes up to the sky. Looking up if that's comfortable for your neck. You're going to want one long line with both arms here. So not popping that left shoulder too far forward. You can either stay here or move into Vashisthasana, our side plank. So you're gonna roll over on that left foot and bring your right foot on top. There are a couple of options here. You can stay in supported side plank like we did in the beginning of class, or stagger both feet. Take one more breath here. Bring that right hand back down on the mat with control, and let's move back into our downward dog. And take a flow. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Exhale back into your downward dog. Let's take 2 breaths here. And when you're ready, left leg rises, keep it straight and squared. Step it through to our high lunge. Right toes curled under. Nice strong core to lift yourself up. Torso is neutral. Hugging that lower belly in. Nice strong pose. Circle your arms, bring your hands to heart center, and we're going to step up and bring our right knee with us. Catch your balance. We're going to move into eagle pose on this side. So go ahead and cross your right leg over your left. Right arm under the left. You can wrap your toes once or twice. Squeezing those forearms together. Focus on something that's not moving to hold your balance. Take one more breath, hands to your hips, and we're going to step back into pyramid pose on the second side. So again, your right foot is at about a 45-degree angle. Both hip bones are facing forward. Take an inhale to look up, open the heart, and exhale, hinging from the waist, folding forward. Hands on your blocks or on the mat. Pressing into that back right foot, making sure that hip is moving forward. Relax your upper body. Bending that left knee as much as you need to. Take one more breath here. Let's use our core to come all the way back up. We're going to pivot towards the right side of our mat. Both feet parallel to the short sides. Let's move into our wide-legged forward fold. Hands on your waist. Inhale, look up. Exhale, moving from the waist. Hands down to the mat or on your blocks. Keeping the weight evenly spread in both feet. Shake out your head, move from side to side. Take one more breath here. Walk the fingers forward. We're gonna pivot towards the top of our mat. Take that easy twist. So right hand down, left arm up to the sky. If you'd like to go further, you can move into Vashisthasana, our side plank, by rolling over on that right foot and bringing the left foot on top. Again, you can feel free to modify here. But whatever option you choose, try and lift your hips up as high as you can. Take one more breath. Left hand comes back down to the mat with control. Press back into your downward dog, and let's take a flow. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Back bend. And let's meet in downward dog. Let's take a cleansing breath here, in through the nose and out through the mouth. When you're ready, right leg rises up to the sky. Keep it straight and squared. Step it through to warrior two. So your back foot is parallel to the short side of the mat. Generous bend in your front knee. Arms are nice and straight. Torso is neutral. Try and keep that knee from collapsing in. Take one breath here. Inhale, exhale. Let's reverse our warrior. Taking a few breaths here. Nice deep side body stretch. Coming back to warrior two, and let's move into our extended side angle. You can either place your fingers down on the mat or your forearm on the top of your thigh and take the pose this way. Whichever version you take, just make sure that you're opening up so that your chest isn't collapsing towards the mat. Taking a few breaths here. When you're ready, press into both feet, come back up. Warrior two. Straighten that front leg, and let's exalt our triangle. Right arm is back. Take one more breath, and let's move into our triangle pose. You can feel free to adjust that back foot to shorten your stance if this is too wide for you. And you're moving your hips forward and down, placing your right hand either on the mat or your shin. Really trying to keep this left shoulder open. Feel free to look up, but if that's not comfortable, you can look forward. Take one more breath. Look down towards the mat. Bend into that right knee. Both hands down, and let's take a flow. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Let's take 2 breaths here. Right leg rises, left leg rises up to the sky. Go ahead and step that through toward warrior two. Right leg is parallel to the short side of the mat. Generous bend in that front knee. Both arms out, nice and strong. Take up some space here. Take an inhale, exhale, reverse your warrior. Beautiful side body stretch on the left side. Coming back through warrior two and taking our extended side angle. Again, fingers can be down on the mat, or you can place your forearm on your thigh and take this pose. Just making sure that that right shoulder is staying open and you're spinning your heart up to the sky. Looking up if that's comfortable for your neck. If not, you can look forward. Take one more breath here. Press into both feet. Come back up to warrior two. Straighten that front leg, and let's exalt our triangle. Taking 2 breaths here. And moving into triangle pose. Your hips are going forward and down. Feel free to adjust that back foot to shorten your stance. And you can place your arm either on the mat or the inside of your shin. Really making sure to open up that right shoulder so you're not collapsing down towards the mat. Take one more breath in the pose. Start to look down towards the mat. Bend into that left knee. Both hands down, and let's take our flow. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga, cobra or up dog. exhale into downward dog. Go ahead and really stretch this out. And when you're ready, let's go down to our knees. We're going to take a child's pose. Whatever version you prefer, you can do an easy child's pose with your big toes and knees together, or a wide-legged child's pose. So your toes together, your knees towards the edges of the mat. And your arms can be either in front of you or behind. Just take a few breaths here to recalibrate, refocus before we move into our next flow. We're going to take about 5 more deep breaths here. When you're ready, let's move back into downward dog. Take your time, no rushing. Let's reach our right leg up to the sky. Keep it straight and squared. We're coming back into our high lunge. So right foot steps forward, left toes are curled under, using our core to come on up. Let's take a few breaths here. And circle the arms. We're going to bring hands to heart center and move into warrior 3. So start to tilt forward, balancing on the right leg, nice and strong. Go ahead and lift that left leg up. Your hip bone is turned down. Trying to stay parallel with the floor. Not rounding in your lower back. Try and keep a nice flat back. Take one more breath here. We're going to come all the way up to stand, bringing our knee in with us. And we're going to move into our standing pigeon pose. So catch your balance. You're going to cross the left ankle over the right knee, flexing that foot. And go ahead and bend the right knee. Nice flat back. Really flexing that front foot. Lower belly hugging in. Try not to grip your toes into the mat. Let's take one more breath here. Coming back up, bring that knee up again. You can go ahead and grab on with both hands to the front of the knee. Both hip bones facing forward. Torso is turned. Take one more breath here. Let's come back to center. Place both feet down and let's take a flow. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Halfway lift, flat back. You can step or hop into chaturanga. Take your back bend of choice. And let's meet in downward dog. When you're ready, left leg rises. Keep it straight and squared. Stepping it through to our high lunge. Nice strong core to come on up. Take a breath here. Let's bring our hands to heart center. We're moving into warrior 3 on the left side. So you're going to start to tilt forward on that left leg. Nice and strong. Keep those lower abs hugging in. Hip bone down on the right side. using your glutes and your hamstrings to lift that leg higher. Nice flat back. We're going to come to stand, bringing that knee in with us. We're going to move into standing pigeon on the second side. So crossing that right ankle over the left knee, really flexing that right foot, and you're bending that left knee. Nice flat back. Focus on something that's not moving to hold your balance. Take one more breath in the pose. Let's come all the way up to stand, bringing that knee with us. Holding on with both hands. Take a pause to catch your balance. And let's take a twist. So right arm goes back. Your left hand is holding onto your knee. Your hips are facing forward. Take one more breath here. Coming back to center. And let's move into a flow. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, folding forward. Halfway lift, flat back. Plant both hands, step or hop back. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Really stretch it out here. See if your heels are a little bit closer to the mat than when we first started. Take one more breath, and let's come down to a seated position. We're going to be moving into fire log. Fire log can be an intense pose, so I will guide you through it, and then we can do some modifications if fire log doesn't work for your body today. So if you're moving into fire log, you're going to want to stack both shins directly over each other with your feet flexed. Now you can either stay here, you can fold forward, or we're going to take a twist. If this is uncomfortable for you for any reason, it's a lot of flexion in your knees, just stagger your feet and then you can either fold forward or twist. So with our legs stacked together, feet flexed, I'm going to twist to the right, placing my left elbow on the sole of my foot and just pushing my right hand into my left hand to take a nice deep twist here. Again, feel free to modify based on whatever works for your body today. Pulling that lower belly in. Take one more breath. Coming back to center, let's shake that out and move to the other side. So whatever you did on the first side, you can take on the second side. If you are doing fire log, again, both shins are stacked. You may have a gap here between your legs, which is perfectly normal. Take an inhale, and if you're twisting, go ahead and place your elbow on the sole of your foot and press your top arm into your bottom arm. Getting really nice release in our hips as well as a twist. Take one more breath here. Let's come back to center. Go ahead and shake that out, and we're going to move down on our backs. So I'm going to take reclined pigeon here. So bring your right leg in and cross your right ankle over your left knee. You can grab onto the back of your left leg and gently pull your hips towards your belly to get a nice stretch in your right hip. If this doesn't work or it's too intense, you could always put your left foot down on the mat and stay here. Take a few breaths here, really feeling a deep stretch in that right hip. Feels good after our strong practice today. Take one more breath. We're moving into Shoelace Pose. So crossing your right leg over your left. Your knees are going to be aligned. Both feet are flexed. And gently grab onto your ankles to pull your hips in a little bit closer. And just intensifying the stretch in both hips. Take one more breath here. And let's switch sides. So reclined pigeon pose on the left side, crossing that left ankle over the right knee, grabbing onto the back of your right thigh, or placing the sole of your foot on the right down on the mat. Feeling that gorgeous stretch in the left hip. Relax into it. Let's take 2 more breaths here. And moving into shoelace on the left side. So left leg is crossing over the right. Your knees are stacked. Both feet are flexed. And you can hold onto your ankles and gently pull your hips towards your belly. This is a really nice release after a strong practice. And gently let that go. We're going to take a spinal twist. So scoot your hips over to the right side of your mat. Right arm is out to the side and drop both knees over to the left. Your collarbones are facing up. You can look up towards the sky or towards your right hand. And take a few deep breaths into your lower back, trying to completely relax your upper body. Take 2 more breaths here. Coming back to center, and let's switch sides. So moving your over to the left side of your mat, your left arm is out to the side, your knees are dropping down to the right. Collarbones facing up to the sky. And taking some nice deep breaths into your lower back, fully relaxing the upper body. Take 2 more breaths here. Coming back to center. Bring both knees in towards your chest. You can either stay here or move into happy baby by grabbing on to the outsides of both feet or your 2 big toes. Your ankles are roughly aligned with your knees and you're pressing your tailbone into the mat. Elbows are on the inside, using them to gently press your hips open and down. Take some nice deep breaths here, maybe close your eyes. And let's let that go and move into Shavasana, our final resting pose. So legs are out in front of you on the mat, shoulders are down the back, palms are facing up to the sky. Let's take a few minutes here with our eyes closed to integrate all the work we've done in this strong practice today. And take the opportunity to fully relax. Let go of any tension you're holding in your body. And start to breathe a little deeper. Bring some movement back into our body. You can wiggle the fingers and toes, circle your wrists and ankles, turn your head from side to side. Reach our arms above our head, point our toes for a nice big morning stretch. Gently roll over to one side, pausing for a moment for a full round of breath, keeping your eyes closed. And let's gently push ourselves up into a comfortable seated position, keeping the eyes closed, focusing inward. You can place your hands at heart center, gently bow your head towards your hands. Let's take one last breath together to close our practice. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And when you're ready, gently open your eyes. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed this flow. Please do remember to like, subscribe, and comment, and keep an eye out. I drop new yoga videos on Tuesdays. I hope to practice again with you soon.